Hi all, myself Sneha Shukla. Currently, I'm working as a senior software engineer at Arcesium. Prior to working with Arcesium, I was working with Walmart Global Technology India as a Java backend developer. Today, I'll be taking a resume session. I'm going to keep it short. I'll be covering like basic pointers, which generally any HR or ATS tracker looks for whenever you're going to apply for a backend role or SG1 role. So let's start. Hopefully, my screen is visible to all. So I'm going to basically use Chat GPT and Nova Resume here to build your resume template. So this is not a promotional content for a Nova Resume. I've been using Nova Resume since day one for my resumes. That's why I'll be using that because I'm basically familiar with it. So let's start. If you see, this is the job description which I have copied from like certain link, and here I am asking ChatGPT to provide me sample resume. Okay, so here if you see this basically job description demands bachelor's or master's degree and with a preference for computer science. Also, it needs 1+ years of experience in the front end like tech stack if you see, including HTML, CSS, and modern JavaScript frameworks. And apart from this, it needs like certain testing frameworks in that includes your Jest, Cypress, Mocha, Chai, etc. And some of your API skills like REST API or GraphQL skills. So now we'll begin, like we'll see how ChatGPT will provide us recommendation for the above JD. So the very first thing that ChatGPT has recommended is this, the basic information that you need to put in your CV. That includes your phone number, your email ID, LinkedIn ID, and GitHub link. That will showcase that, this is your profile where you have added some of your good works and that is publicly available. Your email ID should be a professional one. For example, my name is Sneha Shukla. So ideally it should be sneha.shukla@gmail.com. It shouldn't be any, funny email ID which doesn't make any sense. Now, coming to objective part, if you see here, like it says that you are a kind of highly motivated or enthusiastic front-end developer and you're having more than 1 years of experience and you're capable of building scalable, testable, and high quality client-side code. Some of your expertise includes like React, HTML, and testing frameworks. So my recommendation is this is the sample which ChatGPT has recommended for the above JD. But if you haven't worked on React, you shouldn't include React in your objective or in your summary. Okay, now like I'll show you how to add it in your this particular objective or your information in Nova Resume. So I'll go to Nova Resume, and here if you see this is the Nova Resume front page where like you can create your account using your like professional email ID, and then you can go to this document section. Here we will try using the free template that Nova Resume provides. Okay, so I'm a student. I'm not a student, like just starting out. I am basically a graduate because now like I'm applying for a SD1 role. So I'll select graduate here and okay, tips and information not required. No thanks. Okay. So for 0 to 5 years of experience, I want to build my resume. So I'll click on the first link. I'll select the free resume template. Yeah. So here, if you see, like by default, it gave me one sample template here. Yeah. So my name is like Kerry Chan because my sample email ID is for Kerry Chan, and then professional title. Right now, like I am a graduate which I just passed from the university, so I don't have any professional title yet. But if you're already working as a SD1, you can just make it SD1. Okay, SD1 at like organization name which you can provide any ABC, or the beautified you can make it like this: software developer engineer ABC. Yeah. And then engaging pitch is nothing but the professional summary or the objective which you are going to, add there, that you are a motivated front-end developer and you're having, for example, if you're having less than 1 year of experience, then you should be specific that I have, you know, point 0.5 or point 0.7 year of experience in building high quality client side code. Okay. And you can even change it as per your convenience. Okay. So we can just copy and paste it there for now. Here, like, you can add your image. It should be a professional image and very clear picture. It shouldn't be confusing. Your background should be white color and you should be neatly dressed up. Many times I've seen people that they have added their pics, you know, for from a certain place like Goa or, you know, some party places. That is not acceptable at all. Now coming to your information, here you can see we have already, you know, two placeholders, one for email ID and another for phone number. So I'll just copy and paste it there. So as soon as you click on this link, you will see other placeholders as well, like email ID is present. I'm not going to change it. Country is not required, but city, for example, if you're already staying in Bangalore and job description also needs someone who is in Bangalore, then definitely it will help HR to identify you that if it is a walk-in drive or, you know, if it is an online drive, they can reach out to you in a less time. So I'll add Bengaluru. Country will be India for me. And in social, if you see here, you can add your website link. So I'll copy LinkedIn link here. So, sorry. Your LinkedIn link should be very short. Like you can just copy your username here after linkedin.com. Just don't try copying entire LinkedIn link here. And similar way, we can go and copy the GitHub link. As you can see, we have other options like Instagram and Medium, but Instagram is not required until unless it's a professional platform for you or professional content that you have been sharing for a longer time. Or if any blogs or any publications you have published or you are a techie, then you can add your Medium links also here. And you can add certain contributions from Quora here if they are relevant to your developer profile, but that is not required. Mostly GitHub and LinkedIn, they serve their purpose. So now I'll save it. And now you can see that here I have all the details in my heading section. Now I'll come to education part here. Okay, so education, like if you are a bachelor degree holder, like in a computer science department, then you can add this particular thing there. Okay, bachelor of science or bachelor of engineering in, you know, computer science. And then you can mention your college name or university name and the graduated year, the year in which you have completed your degree. And if you have not completed your degree, you are still working as an intern, then keep that in mind that you have to mention from to present. For example, if you started your bachelor degree in 2016 and you are still, you know, in your graduation time, then you can just mention 2016 to present. For example, for 2024 role, if I'm looking for a 0 or 1 year of experience, so I expect at least that particular student should complete their degree on or before 2023. Okay. Not just going to complete in 2024. So I'll just copy and paste this content and then I'll modify it as per my convenience. So Bachelor of Science is for BSc, but I'll change it to BTech. And then I'll mention the branch name. Okay, so computer science. I'll mention the name of the institute, XYZ. And I should be mentioning the name of the place, so any city. Okay, for example, I can mention Jammu. And then this I was explaining you earlier that, for example, I'm still studying in university. I have 0 year of experience as a software developer. So I'll mention, for example, I have started in July 2021 and I haven't completed my degree yet. So I'll click on present. But in case I have started in 2020 and I have completed my degree in July 2024, and this works for me. Now, courses is not required for anyone because these days everyone is aware that if you are a computer science graduate, all the data structure, and any other related courses you've already covered. So this is not required. Now, after BTech, here if you see, we don't have anything mentioned here, but you can mention your 12th like degree as well. Like for example, if you have done your 12th, you can mention like intermediate, okay, and then you can mention science, or from the stream which from which you have covered it, for example science or medical, anything you can mention here. And then the name of your school, again city and the year, okay. You can even mention your 10th like qualification, but that is not required. I think until 12th it works. Now, for MTech people who have done their masters after their BTech, for them, like MTech and BTech degree works, they don't have to add their 12th or 10th qualification until and unless required. But generally, I have seen that HR doesn't demands 12th or 10th qualification if you have MTech and BTech. Although you can add your 10th and 12th on your LinkedIn profile so that if they want to have a look, they can just go and see over there because you have already provided your LinkedIn link here. Okay. Now we'll come to work experience, which is a very important part. Okay. So here they want someone who has worked as a front-end developer, okay? And if you are a fresher or if you're working as an intern, then certainly you can add your like internship experience. You can provide the name of the role that you're working as a front-end developer intern. You have to specify intern over there. And then the name of the company, ABC Tech Solutions. And if you're still working as an intern, you can mention that. Okay. Now, like under this particular responsibility, what you have to cover. Okay. Mostly I've seen that when people they're, writing something, they're just writing whole paragraph. And like before going to that, some people might be wondering that if I don't have any internship experience, what I'm going to write in my professional experience. We'll come to that as well. So like how we can leverage your resume if you're not going to have your like internship experience. First, I'll cover this. So here, as you can see, we have pointers to highlight our achievements that we have covered as part of our internship. So you should keep everything like labeled as your pointers, okay? Like if you have used certain technology, what impact it has added, and what is the impact that you can showcase in the terms of numbers. If you can see any pointer here, ChatGPT has highlighted that in numbers or percentage, okay? For example, when this particular guy he used React or HTML, then that time the application load time performance got improved by 30 percentage. Or you can see that it also resulted in 50% increase in user satisfaction. So you need to keep that in mind that whenever you're going to specify any of your like achievements here, like you have contributed to code reviews or you have written some good quality code, then you have to specify that using by certain percentage on numbers, because these things basically add value to your resume. Whenever HR or any ATS is going to see that, they will see, okay, so this particular person has highlighted their contribution in numbers, and it is easy to identify, okay, or measure your achievement when you are working as an intern. Okay, so I'll just add one like experience for you so that you can get rough idea that how you can add it here. Okay, so in title or position, if you see, you can write front end intern. I'll use the company name as ABT, ABC Tech Solutions, Bangalore. Okay. And then, for example, if I've started in January this year, 2024, and I've already completed it, then 6/2024. And what else? I've already added Bangalore here. Yeah. In company description, um, like you can more or less highlight the expectation which was required Okay, expectation which was having from your side when you were working as an intern. Okay. So for example, worked in the I'll use the job description which is present here. Okay. Hmm. Something like this, which should be short and crisp, and it should highlight your overall summary that you're going to add under achievements or tasks. So, worked in the front end ecosystem, including but not limited to bundling, linting, testing, and releasing. Okay. And then under like this particular task or your achievements, you can add these pointers like, you know, like this. And it's up to you whether you want to like make it bold or not. But this percentage, like, okay, you can keep it in bold. So I'll write key impacts. And this key impact, I can keep it in bold. Okay. So improved application load time by 30%. This works. Similar way, like you can highlight other pointers as well, and you can highlight your numbers in key impact. Now, like, for example, if you're not having internship experience, then you should add your projects. Okay, the projects which you have added in your GitHub, or projects for which you have, done some research publications, or you have basically completed that project in collaboration. All that should be added if you're not working as an intern or if you're not having any internship experience, so that company should understand that this particular person have at least hands on in this particular area which they are demanding. So they can add their contributions under personal projects. Okay, I'll show you that as well. I'll go like one by one. And some people, like if they're not going to have as a front end developer experience, they can easily go and add their internship experience. If you're not having internship experience, go and add something under your personal projects. Okay, now we'll cover the skills part. So yeah, so this job description, if you see, it clearly specifies that it needs someone with 1 year experience in JavaScript, HTML, CSS, React, okay, and some testing frameworks is also required with some APIs experience. So here, like, if you see, under technical skills, we have couple of pointers. For example, language, then the testing, then the framework or libraries that should be used, or testing frameworks, APIs and all. Okay, but you need to keep in mind that these are the technical skills which company is looking for. Ideally, I don't think anyone is going to have exposure to these like technologies. So for example, if you have just worked with REST API, you should add REST API. Okay, you shouldn't be adding GraphQL over there. And similarly, for a version control, if you have used Git, then only you should add Git, because what I have seen in interviews, when people will see your resume, they are going to shortlist you. But when we are not going to prove your resume in interview rounds, then they will understand that this particular person, they have lied on their resume, and that adds very bad impact. So add only those technical skills which you can clearly justify in your like technical rounds. Okay, so be very specific. If you have just worked with like JavaScript, you can mention just JavaScript over there. You don't have to even add React or Mocha or Cypress. You don't have to add any of these. Okay, so just keep that thing in mind. We'll go and add technical skills now, like one by one. Okay, so here under Skills, there is a box section. Here you can add it. Okay. I can mention technical skills. One second. Actually, apart from this box section, Nova Resume also offers one more section where you can like mention testing frameworks, and then under testing frameworks, you can highlight some of the testing frameworks using which you have, completed your projects or you have done your internship. So I'm just looking for that. I'll go to layout and I'll see whether I'm having that or not. Skills is there. Okay. Okay, let me see whether I can add this under organization section or not, and then maybe I can rename it. Languages. I can. Okay. Okay, no problem. First, we'll try adding something in box and then we can see. So I'll add JavaScript. Okay. And then, for example, I'll add React. The rest I'll add. At the end of the session, I can see. Okay, I'll just see whether we can, refine this or not. For now, I'm just adding it here. Then I'm aware of Git. I'll add Git also. Scrum I can add in Agile Technologies. Fine. Now coming to personal projects, which I was explaining that if you're not having an internship experience, you can add your personal projects there. You should be mindful that if your personal project like is a project which you want to showcase to your HR or a company, it should be part of your GitHub profile. Okay. So add your, project link over GitHub. For example, if I have worked on a project named real-time collaboration tool, then I can just go and add it here under project section. And if I have worked on this project during my, course or during my BTech in my college, then I can also specify the duration. For example, it was a 6-month project or, a whole year project. For example, in case of MTech, we have a thesis and generally we are working for a whole year on a given project. So you can mention the duration as well. I will mention this as a 6-month project. Okay, starting from January. Fine. And then you can basically outline your roles and achievements that you have, completed as part of your project. So if you have done your project in front end, it's well and good. For example, here this person, he has completed, real time platform using React and GraphQL. So that's why I can add it here. And here you can see they have highlighted again React, GraphQL, and WebSockets. Okay. So you can again add that in pointers and keep it short. Don't add too much detail about your project, because if you're going to explain everything here on your resume, then the interviewer will lose interest and they have hardly anything to ask for. So try to keep it short so that they have some curiosity to, ask certain questions around your real-time collaboration tool or any project on which you have worked upon. So this was related to your project. Okay. And here we do have a publication section for the So for example, if you are a master's guy and you have done certain publications, you can even add that, like apart from personal, and instead of personal projects, you can make it as publications and projects. And you can keep your publications at the top. You can mention the conference name, okay, along with your like paper name will be there. So in paper name, just highlight your conference name, okay, under which you have done your publication. And then when you want to add your projects also, you can add it under this, okay. So keep this at top in order to, so you can even use, up and down button to basically move your projects under like one another. Now, like we'll go to certificates. So, for example, if you are a data science graduate and you have used some good platform to understand, data science, and then at the end of the certification, you have done some good projects for which you can add your hands-on in GitHub, okay, or Kaggle, then definitely you can add those certifications because that will add some value to your resume. So you can add the certificate name here, the duration of your certificate, and again the description, very short description that this certificate is regarding what. And you can like even add something next to it, okay. For example, ABC certificate. So this resume we are crafting for front end role. So this ABC certificate I have, done for the front end. Okay, so I'll add the duration and description related to my front end that I have learned Cypress or I have learned React. Okay, and this is my certificate. I can add another certificate also, and even I can explain the description. Now, for example, if you see ChatGPT has recommended using Codec Academy, okay, and then Udemy for React development certification. So like if you have done any certification, you can just add it there and the name of the company from which you have, done those certifications. Now, coming to languages is not required. I've seen many people adding, Hindi, English. That is not required at all because companies generally they communicate in English language whenever there are interviews. So they are already aware that you have done your BTech degree and you're certainly proficient, in reading and writing and you have good English communication skills or speaking skills, I can say. So this part is not required. We can just delete it. Okay. And then interest is also not required. We can remove this also. After like certificates, you can add other initiatives. For example, in college, if you were, for example, placement coordinator or a club coordinator, and you have done, certain contributions around management skills or you have handled large group of people, then like you can add those things in your resume as well because here if you see the JD they have mentioned that they want someone who have worked in a collaborative environment, okay. So all those things will basically showcase that even you have worked with large group of people and you have handled certain conflicts at certain point of time and you have tried, understanding their pain points. For example, here they need these kind of expertise. So you can add that as well. Okay, like certain initiatives that you have taken when you were studying as a BTech person. Apart from this, I don't think we have anything left. Just let me see if I can add that initiative section for you. Okay, yeah, here, if you see achievements is present. So achievement. Yeah, you can rename this to other initiatives. And then you can mention, okay, for example, if you were, speaker, and then you can mention your year, for example, 2024. Here you don't need to mention the duration because it doesn't add any value. And then in just one line, you can add what you have done as a speaker. Okay. For example, you were a speaker at certain conference and you have addressed some particular, issues around some global topic, you can just add it there. So all these things you can add as a part of other initiatives. Apart from that, yeah, and one more thing, initiatives, you can even add like other coder related detail. For example, if you're a good coder and you have participated in, some coding challenge, and there you have achieved some good rank at a national or international level, that also you can highlight. Like hackathon, you can say, or any code her kind of hackathon where it's a specific oriented towards women hackathon, even you can add there. And because these things will do value addition for your resume, it will certainly keep you separate from the entire crowd. At least they will see that apart from your curriculum, even you have tried something outside your course. Okay, so basically, I was thinking to add one bonus section for you, because there might be some confusion around that. If you're not having any experience as an intern, or you are just a pass out and you have not received any such exposure during your college days, then how you can utilize this entire resume which I have prepared for you until now. So first, I'll be taking like 1 or 2 minutes to cover like this resume for those people who have 0 years of experience and are just college pass out. So what all sections you need to keep, and like what section you can completely remove from your CV. So for example, if you are having 0 years of experience, then your project should be your priority, some good level projects for which you have added link in your GitHub profile. So here, instead of work experience, what you can do, you can add your project. So this should be your project section. And you can keep this on top, okay? So this section should come here instead of education. And post your projects, you can keep your education, okay, that you have done your BTech and your 12th. Now you can keep technical skills which you have and which company wants. Next, you can keep your publications also. For example, if you are a MTech person and you have done certain publications, then you can keep your publications as well. If you have done one publication, you can keep one publication. If you haven't done any publication, then you don't need to keep this section. Okay. Then you can keep your certificate section. Here, like you can mention the name of the organization from where you have received your UI related certificates. And also you should mention the expiry date of certificates. Okay. That is important. I'm removing projects from here to avoid any confusion. Okay. And then because certificate duration is important, you can even add the certificates as part of your LinkedIn. Okay, then two more important sections are, one is your like achievement section. So like here you can add I'll just add once again achievement. So you can in your achievement section you can mention some of your good achievements, like if you have participated in any Flipkart hackathon, or any HackerRank hackathon, or if you have participated on any coding platform hackathon or any women related hackathon, or you are MTech person and you have done your gate, okay, or if you are a sports person, you have achieved something, then all of that you can mention. And in description you can mention that I have received best award for this in a particular year, and I this was my rank. So something like that you can mention. Okay, that will be good pointer for those guys who haven't done any internship. If you are a BTech person, instead of GATE you can mention that you are a GE advanced qualifier and this was your percentile. That will again do some value addition for your resume. Now, apart from your achievements, one more important section is your other initiatives. Okay, so in other initiatives, what you can do, initiate, you can mention some of your initiatives which you have taken in your college. For example, if you have went to certain conferences and there you have participated as a speaker, or like you were like your food mess manager, okay, or you were sports coordinator, or someone who have attained some of the management skills while doing those initiatives. Because sometimes company in their HR round, they usually ask these questions, that what if like there was some conflict in your group and how you have resolved it. So if you have really worked in certain of your tech events, or in some of your social events at your at your college, then you can highlight those pointers, which basically says that now you have management and soft skills also apart from the technical skills. Because technical skills you will be ideally basically mentioning under your achievements, and your soft skills you are going to mention under your other initiative part. Okay, so now I think you're good to go. You have your projects, you have your education, you have your technical skills. If you are MTech person, you have publication. These days, BTech people, they also do their publications. You have certificates, achievements, other initiatives, and you already have your, information or summary at the top. So yeah. I think we are good to go for 0 year experience people. And these days, I've been seeing that for projects, some people they're also doing freelancing work, or they are doing some online projects in collaboration with other colleges also. So like you can try having hands on in those areas also, because you are just doing your course in your college and you have ample time to try your hands on in those areas. So if you want, you can do some freelancing work to have good project exposure, or you can try some online platforms which provide hands on in live projects, and it shouldn't be paid. So don't get confused between online projects and paid projects. So not all paid projects are good online projects. So you should also target those online projects which give you good exposure without looting your money. So keep that thing in mind. Now coming to like 0 to 1 year of experience people, what you can do, so you can keep your education here. Okay, education is fine for you. Instead of projects, like you can keep work experience. Okay, and in a work experience, there are two kind of people now who are working as an intern and who are working as a software developer, like front end developer now in this case. So if you're working as an intern, add your internship experience clearly under work experience. Okay, that you're working as an intern. Don't mislead organization by removing intern word, because generally internships are not counted as an intern as a work experience, but just because now you are a fresher, so it will be counted, but not afterwards. So in your work experience, you can add your internship. And if you are already working as an SD1, okay, and you are having more than 0.1 month of experience, then you can add that there. Okay, then again, you can keep your technical skills, whatever technical skills you are sound for. Publications, if you have done, that is good to go. Certificates is not required, but if this certificate really add value to your resume, you can add it there, because now you're already working as a like intern, or you're already working as a software developer, so certificate doesn't matter. You're already having some live hands-on experience in industry. Initiative again you can add. Okay, and achievements also you can add to highlight your soft and technical skills. And apart from that, I don't think anything else is left which I can cover. But if you think that there are any pointers about which you have not got any clarity, you can reach out to us, and we will try to, accommodate that in our next session. So that's all from my end. Thank you.